Welcome back to Sea Encounters Battleships. It's Harnas here, and in today's episode we are going to see The Curse of Ray Rights by Brisby Mouse, fighting against HMS Agincourt by Natterchap. So we've got the winners of the round 1, and this is time to see who is going to pass through round 2. So let's see. Brisby Mouse's Curse, it's a fearsome opponent. I think it's got probably the best guns in the entire tournament, in my opinion. Very versatile guns, good for dealing critical damage and also overall damage, and a very good accuracy across the whole distance. And also a major factor is that they are being deployed in a really good fashion. So the ship is angling very quickly and bringing all the guns to bear really fast. So this makes a Curse a very difficult opponent, and still the protection is quite good on the Curse, so it can definitely take a punch. It's not a glass cannon by any stretch. Also, the secondary armament is quite powerful. On the other hand, we've got Natterchap's design, Agincourt. So this ship, on the other hand, definitely emphasizes the protection and redundancy. So it is definitely able to take quite a lot of punishment, and is able to sacrifice some of its armament while still being able to pressure its opponent and deliver some blows. So let's see how this one is going to play out. In my opinion, the key to victory for Curse is definitely to be able to end this battle before timer runs out, and I don't really think that should be a big of a problem for the Curse, unless it's, I don't know, loses its armament or something like that, because Agincourt had really gained, I think, the most beauty points in the entire final. So I think that coming to finals, this ship was the one that had the most beauty points. So if this goes to distance somehow, then I would say that Natterchap has a lot of will get a lot of points, in my opinion, from the votes. But of course, there is nothing wrong in the Curse of Ray Rights. It's of course still a beautiful ship, but it just didn't get this many votes as Agincourt did. Alright, but for now, the Curse is leading by a very significant margin. This is well above 15% points, so quite a large gap between the ships right now. And looks like the Curse is switching the sides. However, I don't really think that was necessary in the circumstances, because the damage was quite low on the port side. But nevertheless, it switches the sides, and looks like the secondary armament is also being able to start engaging Agincourt. Agincourt is still shooting back, but the damage doesn't seem to be too impressive. Okay, the damage is on the Agincourt, on the other hand, is quite extensive. Front turret out, the second turret, only one gun really operational, middle gun, one of the middle guns is gone, and two of the rear guns is also gone. So pretty much 2.5 turrets are still functional, and And yeah, the side and the deck is very damaged on the Agincourt. And just take a look at the volume fire that the curse is able to put on Agincourt. This is really a lot of shells, and each of them it has a very lethal potential in it. So we've got, I think, hash secondaries and APHE primers, so a very devastating combination here. But as we said before, Agincourt is able to take a lot of punishment, and it really took a lot of firepower to bring him down. Alright, now it's Agincourt is started to kite away, so potentially it can now minimize the amount of damage that curse can do to it. It might save something, but yeah, those guns are really very accurate, and a lot of shots are still landing despite of the steep angle that Agincourt is creating between himself and the enemy. So right now, pretty much there is only one fully operational gun here, or turret on Agincourt. Let's have a quick look at the curse. It's sitting at 94%. So, and vast majority of the damage, a part of these main guns actually, it's superficial. So I think that the biggest blow that Agincourt was able to deliver here was disabling 3 guns on the superpositioned front gun. So I think that's really a lot. Is it going to be enough to save the ship before the timer runs out? I'm not sure. Well, if it could disable the remaining 6 main guns, then yeah, I think that it would be able to survive and to be able to bring the ship back to port and hope for a good decision of the Baltic. But with those 6 remaining guns, I'm not really sure. They just have so much firepower in them and such a good accuracy. Secondaries, looks like a lot of shells are now skipping. I think this is because the Agincourt is angled a little bit in the water and listing to one side, and also there's basically a lot of water covering the side of the battleship. So some shells like these have been able to just skip over it, and yeah, with its central side being so damaged, there's less and less things to actually hit above the water. I mean. So to an extent, let's say we can say that there is a bit of excessive accuracy on the curse, because it's just hitting consistently just this one section of the ship, but there is so little things left. If it tried to hit this, let's say, superstructure area, then yeah, it would definitely land more shots, or it could just disable the remaining guns. But now more and more shots are actually skipping, and less is landing. Agincourt is still 66% of health remaining. So I don't know, maybe it's going to be able to survive this battle. that would be really, really interesting. Everything would come down to the votes. And 92% on the curse. Let's remember that Agincourt is still returning fire. It's maybe not putting a lot of pressure here, but still doing something. It's still landing from time to time, and yeah, just like this one, it just landed on the gun. It didn't disable the barrels, unfortunately for Agincourt, but it was able to land, and if a couple of those lucky hits actually land in the right places, who knows, it could change the whole complexion of the battle. Alright, so we've got less than 5 minutes remaining now. Let's have a look if we can see the citadel section showing here. But no, I don't think so. Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, a lot of skipping still. Okay, some superstructure hits, and some of the secondaries have on this side that they have been able to be scratched. So some of the secondary firepower have also been reduced, and now the curse lost 10%. So the prolonged barrage from Agincourt was able to do something here. Okay, guns are still firing on Agincourt, so this is a good news for Natachap. His ship is still in the battle with one of the most potent guns in the entire tourney. That's quite an achievement. And we've got less than 3 minutes for the Agincourt to survive. Is it going to be able to do it? Just looking at the rate of degradation of the health of Agincourt, it would seem that it should be able to survive. But yeah, at any time a critical hit could be landed by the curse. It definitely has enough guns to do the damage. And looks like some of those shots are actually delivered to other sections of the Agincourt, like those shells. So looks like perhaps the secondaries are spreading out the damage a bit more, which can be good and bad, I would say. It's good for getting the less than 55 health remaining kind of despawn. However, trying to focus fire the citadel gets the AI dead victory. So and yeah, Agincourt is really close to both of them pretty much. So the citadel section might be hanging by a thread, I think. I don't know, I'm not sure, but definitely less than 55% is getting closer and closer, really close now. 59.5% remaining here. But to be fully frank, Agincourt, even though so many guns have been disabled, it was able to get additional 2% points off, shaved off of the curse, despite being at such a great disadvantage and being outgunned. It was able to deliver such a blow. All right, 30 seconds. Wow, this is going to be interesting. All right, let's have a look at the Agincourt. 20 seconds. 15. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the battle is over. Wow, I knew that Agincourt is really a tough ship, but I certainly didn't expect that it's going to be able to withstand the barrage from the curse. That's really a huge achievement from its side. So let's have a quick look at the damage at the curse. Okay, looks like some of the secondaries from this side have been disabled. Maybe I don't know, let's call it 50% at best. One of the main turrets have been disabled. I think this is the most significant blow delivered to it. And some superficial damage maybe done to the bow and to the middle section here, but nothing, and the superstructure, but nothing too significant. I think that if it didn't lose this super firing gun, I think that the match would be totally different. I think that it would have enough firepower to dispatch Agincourt, and Agincourt just hanging here by the thread. The middle section is like chewed up entirely, and very few guns still able to actually fire. All right, so this one again, this is the match that goes to the distance and to the voting. So please vote for both ships, either Curse or Agincourt, and let's see which one is going to be able to pass to the next round. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.